All right, another thing we got going on, or what we did have going on, is after the car is sat for a while, or when coming to the vehicle, the battery discharge check message was coming up saying that the battery voltage is low, and it's a couple occasions where it barely wanted to start with me. While I was working on it, I've even mentioned previously that the battery voltage was a little low, or the battery was a little bit, low on power, because while scanning it, a lot of times it will be like 11.6 or 11.8 volts. A nice hot battery, without the ignition on, is going to be about 12.4 to 12.6 volts for a good battery. But anything above 12.3 is considered, decent. But I did charge the vehicle while I was replacing that PDC harness, so that might have helped it a little bit. But like today is a cold Georgia day. Like this weather in Georgia is kind of cold. It's like I think the low tonight is going to get to 28 degrees. It's probably like 32 degrees right now. Let me see what the car says. It actually says 38, but that's what it says in the car. But it's actually a little colder than 38 right now. Sometimes it takes that a minute to adjust. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this around so I can get access to the battery and have some light up, because I am up outside. It's been a very long day today. I'm just trying to get this thing wrapped up, and the battery situation happened, so I recommended that my client get the battery replaced. So I picked them up one. From the dealership. All right, here we go. We got the battery. About to get ready to swap it out. But pretty much, besides me just knowing while working on the car that the battery voltage was low, like, because I've been doing scanning it with my scanner and constantly monitoring the voltage while just checking for other things. So I seen it shoot below 12 volts into the 11 volt range, like 11.6, 11.8. But other than that, another telltale sign that the battery was just going dead is when I come to the car to open the car with the comfort access. How it unlocks by itself. It quit unlocking by itself. So that was kind of one telltale sign. And then of course, when I got ready to get in the vehicle to start it and drive it, I was surprised with the yellow vehicle on the left and battery discharge check message popping up on the dash. So, and as you can see right here, we're gonna inspect the battery that's in here. I believe my guy said that my client, he mentioned that the battery was he bought the vehicle, I believe, like 3 years ago, and this is the battery that came in there. So it's a dual ass battery. It's a platinum, which is one of their pretty good brands. It's 900 cranking, I guess cold cranking ounce is 900 and 1,000. But in many cases, a lot of times when you buy an aftermarket battery, I see in many cases, because you can see the size of this one. This right here is big and long. This is an AGM battery. This platinum probably is too. I believe their platinum series is at AutoZone is a AGM. I don't see it on there though, but I'm sure it is. But in many cases, like the numbers and stuff don't match up close to what this one is, because this is a 105 amp hour. And this one right here is rated at 95. So basically, this battery right here is meant to charge in this vehicle. Well, I had to look at the basically kind of like the vehicle build sheet, because anytime they have an aftermarket battery in here, I gotta go back and check to see what kind of battery that the car is spec for, because it's usually either a 92 amp hour or it's this 105. And I'm actually surprised this E70 call for this 105, because they usually get the smaller 92 amp hour, which is like 850 cranking amps. But when I replace this, I'm going to also register the battery. What that does is basically recalibrate the strategy for the alternator to charge the battery correctly. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this knocked out real quick. All right. So I'm just gonna grab some gloves real quick and a few of my tools and get this bad boy out of here. As you can see, in many cases, a lot of these vehicles are set up to take a couple different battery types. That's why you got two different places where this screw can fit. All right, I want a little bit more light on top, so what I did, I went to go grab my little cordless light there, just kind of brighten some things up a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that joke out of there. All right, let's see here. But I do got my handy Milwaukee impact. Got that bad boy. I guess my regular would have been a little bit nicer because it's been a little bit more compact. So I can get this out a little bit smoother, but it's all good. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, I believe I did mention in the previous video about the importance of disconnecting your battery. I believe it was in the oil filter housing before I did the oil filter housing and the belt stuff, just because I was going to be disconnecting a lot of stuff up under the hood and near the engine computer. But the reason for that is this right here is one of the main fuse holders. So if you short something out up under the hood, more than likely you're going to blow one of the fuses in this box right here. What I like to do is just pretty much I usually just unplug this, kind of get this out of my way. Just get this bad boy off of here. I'm gonna get my pocket screwdriver. There we go. Alright. So I'm just gonna slide them out. Slide them to my right. Slide the big boy in here. Boy, these jokers are heavy, man. These some big old heavy batteries. So battery in the BMW is a little bit, it's not hard, but it's a little bit more involved in just your typical Honda or Toyota, or either your Kia or your Hyundai. Put the hole down here. So I heard the fuel pump. Alright, so that's nice and tight. Everything's in. There we go. Guess I just gotta secure this down. This is already a little loose. I gotta see if the guy got these screws in here, and if he does, I'll screw it down. All right, I got everything back here buttoned up. So I'm scanning the vehicle now so I can register the battery, and guess I'm gonna head on inside the vehicle because it is a little chilly out here. But first I gotta remove my light, and I don't need to be breaking my cordless work light here. All right, I got the vehicle all scanned in here, so most of the fault set due to just me having the battery disconnected. We got some ABS and 4x4 lights that are on. Let me see here, but what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get this battery registered here. Now, I'm assuming that this battery might be been sitting a little bit. It's registered at 11.79 volts. I don't have a battery charger on here right now, but I guess sometimes as the batteries sit on the shelf, I guess they can be a little drained. But by the time I let it run a little bit, it should be okay. So I'm gonna go hit a body and voltage supply on my scanner. I'm gonna go right here to the battery, and I'm gonna register the battery replacement. And as you go through here, F2 for register the battery. So basically, it tells you right here you can go here to find out what battery is supposed to also be in the vehicle. So 105 amp hour. So we got the correct battery in here. So I'm just going to register as the same capacity. It is a new battery in here. This wants to know, is it like a matrix code on there? Some batteries have codes and things like that they want you to enter in here, but I'm just gonna say no. And does it have a supplier number? So nope. And it's gonna register the battery in the vehicle, and it's registered this one in there, and it'll also tell you where the last one was registered in. That I believe that might have been. It's possible that whatever dealership, probably, you know, maybe not like a major BMW dealership, but like another used car dealership may have had the vehicle. They probably just tossed a battery in there, or maybe the customer just tossed the battery in there at some point in time, whoever owned the car beforehand, and they didn't register the battery. That's more likely what happened. But another bonus is when you register the battery, the scanner normally also sets the time and date. So that's like saving you one step from having to do it manually anyway. So that's that. So I'm gonna let it run. Let it run for a little bit. So I know the alternator's charging, because right here you see the voltage is starting to kind of kick up a little bit. So it's at 14.69 volts. So what I'm gonna do, nice little trick, so I don't have to go in here and set the calibrate the steering angle sensor on the scanner, is a lot of cars, especially the E70, I believe the E90s, like some of the later model E90s, all you have to do is turn your steering wheel from left to right, from lock to lock, and basically the vehicle will figure it out. The DSC module will figure it out. And you see after a while, the check message goes away out of the dash. So that's pretty cool. So I'm just gonna let it run a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and reset the tire pressure monitor and things like that. Maybe I got too many lights in the vehicle. My camera's trying to focus. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna let it run for a little bit. Then I'm just gonna drive it around the block, make sure everything's good. That's my tire pressure light in the dash. So that's about it. Thank you guys for hanging out for another episode of Cool Fred's Beamer Tech. Until next time.